weight division matchup. Well, for my money, she is as accomplished a striker as any woman in the game at present. Tonight, though, she's got to focus on keeping this fight upright.
She has to stay on her feet. If she is taken down early, it will be a long night for her. She has to manage the space. She has to sprawl and brawl, and she has to fight with that ferocity that she is known for. It's the aggressive attitude, the aggressive approach that she takes that makes her one of the more exciting fighters in the UFC.
And she told us in our fighter meeting on Thursday, she doesn't necessarily want to fight on a napkin in the center of the octagon, right? She wants to control distance, manage range effectively. She has certainly done that every step of the way thus far in her UFC career. Well, she may go down as the greatest women's mixed martial artist in UFC history. Still a lot of work to be done on that front, but so far, so good for the Lioness two-division champion, Amanda Nunez.
Amanda Nunez wasn't the lady that popped off the page when the UFC introduced those divisions, but through hard work and commitment, she has put herself amongst the brightest of stars in the sport regardless of gender. Two-division champion and has beaten some of the biggest names female mixed martial arts ever seen. Wins over Rousey, wins over Tate, wins over Cyborg, also beating Kat Zingano. What a resume of Amanda Nunez.
2 wins over Valentina Shevchenko. On it goes, and on goes the winning streak for Amanda Nunez. She will try to leave here tonight the way she enters as the UFC champion. All right, without further delay, let's get you tonight's tale of the tape. So 3 years the gap in age between these two fighters, with similar height and the same reach. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Yves Loving. And now, this is the moment UFC fans around the world have been waiting for. Live from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, it's time! 5 rounds in the UFC bantamweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This woman is a boxer, holding a professional record of 14 wins, 7 losses. She stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 135 pounds. And now introducing her opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This woman is a mixed martial artist holding a professional record of 23 wins, 5 losses. She stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 135 pounds. Fighting out of Miami, Florida, Amanda, the Lioness Nunez.
Okay, protect yourself at all time, obey my command at all time. If you want to touch left, do it now, go back to your corner.
Ready?
All right, so round 1 is underway. Going to be very interesting to see how this fight plays out between one fighter who does everything well against the striking specialist on the other side.
And the problem with being a striking specialist is that you have to be upright. When you're facing a full-on mixed martial artist, expect a level change. We're going to see what type of improvements she's made in terms of defending herself in those wrestling situations. Nice move to punch.
Well, to no one's surprise, she chooses to engage in the clinch here early on, and you know she can go for days. She can do this for 15, 25 minutes if need be.
She can do this all day. She can fight in this position all day. So for her and her corner, they're very excited about where we are right now.
Back to the feet now.
kick lands.
Oh, and she connects there. Beautiful punch.
Great punch, but what's next? What is she gonna use to follow it up?
All right, so again, the fighters clinch here. Kind of had an inkling we'd find ourselves back in this situation.
Absolutely. Both of these fighters love fighting chest to chest. The uglier the fight, the better.
Again, she chooses to clinch here.
Oh, nice right hand, John. Big kick lands. Nice body kick.
All right, so again, we find ourselves here in the clinch where there are obviously no shortage of subtleties and nuances. A lot of motions in here that maybe are lost on the casual.
Absolutely, and it's gonna be the underhook. For all the things that happen in this position, the person winning and controlling the underhook battle is the one out ahead.
Both fighters here continuing to try to get a more dominant position in the clinch, getting fatigued in the process, I would think.
It's very taxing to be chest to chest, a position we call 50-50 because nobody has the advantage. Who's gonna be the one to find that one little area that they can expose to give them the slightest advantage?
So just over 20 total strikes have already landed for Amanda Nunez. Takedown defense holds up, and they separate. She lands a kick there. She might be the best kicker in this division.
She may just be the best kicker in this entire division. She does a great job of using that as a way to dominate a fight.
And a nice job at least staying upright on that. Stuffs the takedown shot there. How good is her takedown beat? And they separate. Man, she might punch harder than you. Nice connection there.
I don't know about that, John, but she is a fast, accurate striker. It's a beautiful, fast jab with meaning. You can really limit the mobility of your opponent with those leg kicks.
She's starting to put together some significant body work here, and these are going to take their toll as this fight goes on. All right, so will the elbows and knees soon follow? The first step is the tie clinch. She has it here.
She secured the tie clinch. Now she's going to start to elbow. And
oh, beautiful job by her there. She gets the takedown.
You knew exactly what you were in store for. It was up to you to stop it, and you didn't get the job done.
How good is her armbar? We'll see if she can set it up here.
Gotta be careful, armbar.
Ground, so she appeared to be fending off the armbar, and then she just used her power and exploded her opponent down to the ground. Oh, she gives up her back here, so a case of pick your poison, and now she's going to have to work hard defensively to prevent the finish.
Well, she's got to protect her neck. That's the first thing. She's got to really be aware of where her opponent's arms are. If her opponents get anywhere near her neck, she needs to really defend. Attack the top hand. The top hand is the choke hand. Make sure that top hand is always yours. When you grab it, keep it. It belongs to you now. And then start to work, try to get to your base and get back to your feet.
Nunez is back in format. While we look back at some of the replays from that previous round, DC, a lot of good action for fight fans over those 5 minutes.
I mean, high pace, high intensity, all action first round, both landed multiple strikes. What a great round of fighting.
All right, so second round getting underway now. Not a bad first round. Both fighters had their moments. Looked like at times they were just getting warmed up a little bit, perhaps a little bit of a feeling out process over that first minute. What's your thoughts on what we saw there in that first round? Nunez's hook to the body now is blocked.
Nice. Nice leg kick land.
Nunez gets caught by that straight punch. You got to do better than that. She goes, and potentially a critical takedown here. Well, there are few things more fun to watch in mixed martial arts than these type of transitions, and she's got one of the best arm bars in the business, going for it now.
An attacking arm bar.
Oh, she picks her up, slams her to the ground right there. So a nice job defensively to fend off the arm bar and then turn it into an offensive situation. High-level mixed martial arts. Half-guard position for her here, and if you're the bottom fighter, this is truly a case of pick your poison.
Yeah, you got to pick your poison. And if you're on the bottom, you got to be trying to find a way to escape that bottom leg. You cannot allow your opponent, you cannot allow her to sit on your leg and just throw big damaging strikes. You got to make sure you're on an elbow, controlling underhook and getting back to your feet.
All right, full guard now, DC, and just because she has the top position does not mean she is not in imminent danger.
Oh, she's in danger at all moments whenever she's in the full guard because they have so many different submission attempts that they can throw up at you. So she needs to pass. By passing the half guard, already eliminates a vast majority of those submissions. Move to half guard, then continue to try to advance to either get off great ground and pound or just positional advantages in the grappling.
Man, she is just non-stop on the ground, moving in all the right directions. Man, the submission attempts keep on coming, going for a choke now.
Watch triangle, watch triangle.
Oh, we're getting a finish here.
It's in there deep, there you go.
Oh, and there's the tap. Yeah, really nice job by her there to execute the submission. Clearly she had an opening and she closed the show pretty effectively there. That is one of the bigger wins of her UFC career. So there she is, your winner by way of submission. A huge result for her here tonight. And you got to think that'll mute some of the naysayers she had coming in.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Yves Leving has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 23 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by tap out due to arm triangle choke.
Well, really nice to see this young woman get a chance to exhale as she celebrates with her coaches. You've won world titles in 2 divisions, but you're not calling your shot the way she is. She said, I'm going to win this fight by submission, and it goes into the books just that way.
That's so much confidence to put yourself out on a limb like that. Nobody is brave enough to say, I'm going to do it here, here, or here. She did exactly that and got that submission.